I know times when you're sick, you don't always want to feel like, you might not feel like sitting at the piano and practicing your songs. But it might be a good time to review some of the other things that we've been learning that don't take sitting at the piano. For instance, we've been talking about dynamics, and we've been talking about tempo markings, the ones that are in Italian. And so I thought maybe I would show you with some of the cards that I have here how you could make your own set of cards, and you could practice understanding and remembering what each one of those stands for. So I have out, first of all, I have out my dynamic cards. And we've been working mainly with these 6. We've been working with, I'm going to move that out of the light a little bit. Forte, piano, and then we added the mezzo, forte, mezzo, piano, and then we also have fortissimo and pianissimo. So if you remember what we did, we made it into a game. We tried to, we put sounds with it. You're probably not going to feel well enough to do the sounds, but you could make some of these of your own. If you have some index cards, that would work really well because they're a little bit sturdier than just using a piece of paper. And what I'd suggest doing is, you can look in the book 2, you can find the page where all of these were introduced, and then copy, like each one of these, you have one dynamic marking on each card. And then if you want to, you can write on the back. I do these because oftentimes when we're getting ready for AIM, kids use these to study, and so it tells what the word is, and it tells how loudly you play. I also put a number, if you see how I have a number in the corner there, so that you can use a self-check. So then what you're going to want to do after you make each of the 6 cards, then you're going to want to practice putting them in order from softest to loudest. And so I thought I would do that for you, and then you'll have a picture. You can take a picture of what it's supposed to look like, or you can also look in your book. I think they have them laid out as well. Our mezzos are in the middle, moderately or medium, loud or soft. And then we have our forte, and then our fortissimo. So going from softest to loudest, we have pianissimo, piano, mezzo piano, mezzo forte, forte, and fortissimo. Now let's do the same thing with our tempo cards that we've been using. And I don't think I have any in here that you don't have in your book, but I'm not positive about that. So again, what we did was we used these to put into order from slowest to fastest. You could do it from fastest to slowest. It really doesn't matter. And as you could use index cards, or you could use just if you have some construction paper and you wanted to write them on, so you write the Italian word on the front. There's largo. And on the back, I had a student do this for me. She wrote the definition, and again, she put a number in a card. Now this comes from a set with more words than we have laid out, or that you don't have to learn all of these right now. These were also used for older students. So you're going to notice that my numbers, if you were here using mine, they don't go in order necessarily. We might skip a number because I'm leaving out a card. But your slowest tempo is going to be largo, so that's very slow and has a stateliness to it. You have, I can't remember if we had vivace, I don't see that here, but you'll have adagio. I should show you this part first. A slow. You have andante, which is a walking tempo. And then the one that we find in the middle is our moderato, and it's moderately, or we sometimes say a medium speed. Then we find allegro, which means cheerful and lively, and it also could mean quick and lively. Sometimes these definitions vary depending on what books you use. And it is on the fast side of the tempo markings. And then our very last one that we have here is presto, which means very fast. So if you were going to do this and check yourself, you'll have largo, adagio, andante, here's our middle, moderato, allegro, and presto. So it would be good if you took some time this week before you come back for your next lesson and do a little bit of review of some of those, so that when we talk about dynamics, you'll know exactly what I mean. I'm talking about the louds and softs of the music. And you'll know if I said, what does MF stand for, you'd be able to tell me. And then also, we're starting to see the tempo words more often on our songs as we move ahead. So you'll know if you see andante, you'll know that that means a walking speed. And it'll help you be able to figure out, I think it's good to think about moderato in the center and think about which are the ones that are on the slow side and which are ones that are on the faster side. And it'll help you be able to get those tempo speeds down.